we've got the hood back on. It is fully assembled. It's got a fresh batch of antifreeze, base of water, and we're going to do a little test run on it this morning. We'll get it fired up, take you a walk around, and we'll put a little load on it. I'm going to let it run for a while, let it get nice and warm, and see how things go. All right. Before we get started, make some noise. These are my load testers. They're 1500 watts a piece. This generator is theoretically rated at 3000 watts over 3-phase, 110 volts, which is odd and not terribly usable. So it's a toy more than a utility. We'll get it fired up. We'll get these plugged in, get a load on it. We'll do some checking to see what it puts out on each phase as a relation to ground. Yeah, I don't know. Little 4-cylinder Hercules engine. If I recall correctly, it puts out around 20 horsepower. Maybe not quite that much. All right, let's get to it. Sorry for the sun glare here, but there we go. So very basic control panel. We're going to so one thing you'll notice as we get into it, that the ampere gauge does not work because that's not tied through the utility circuits, so we won't see that move. But the volt gauge and the phase gauge should work fine. Oil and amp will work too. The upper amp gauge is for the charging circuit, and this one is for the output. It would have had a round 3-pin plug here for the output that is tied through the amp gauge, and that's what they would have used to hook this up to the aircraft or whatever the military used this unit for. So let's give it a shot. Electric fuel pump is fuel pumping. I did have this running a few minutes ago, so I'm hopeful that it'll just fire off. Okay. Wow. I'm not getting a fan on here. I don't know why. The heating coil seems to be working. I don't know if it's... Oh yeah? Well, that's not good. I'm having fuel pump issues. Alright, so this might have something to do with it. We need more than 60 volts. Alright, I'll turn that on. Oh, hey, that's better. It is 1500 amps. There's another 1500 amps. You take a look capacity right now is 3,000 watts. Getting a little warm here. Hello, fuel pump. I don't understand what's going on with the fuel. I just replaced it actually. Seriously. I think it's a switch. Yeah, it's definitely a switch. Ow! Well, now the switch is broken. And it's stuck in the on position, so that's kind of neat. Oh well. Okay, so just a couple of footnotes here. The unit is for sale. It does need some love. The head probably needs to be shaved, and the block needs to be shaved and resealed. I think there's a small leak in the head gasket. It was fully in pieces for the last 20 some odd years. It was cleaned somewhat and reassembled. Was not rebuilt. It does have Babbitt bearings, half Babbitt, half shell bearings on the crank, and all Babbitt on the cam. They were gapped with plastic gauge. The gas tank is full of rotten gas. It needs to be cleaned and reinstituted, hence the boat tank. The boat tank is not included, but I will leave the hose with a quick connect on it. I don't know what else to say really about it, but if you're interested, drop me a note in the comments. And if it sells, I will put that in the comments as well, so we don't waste anybody's time. I'd like to get about 500 for it, just because I do have a lot of time into it, and it is somewhat rare, although it is somewhat unusual in the fact that it produces 3-phase 110 and not straight 110 or 220. The generator could conceivably be removed and rewound, but that's a big project. It's probably not worth it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed seeing it, and thanks very much.